Troy Kearns, real estate investor, bringing it to you from my Las Vegas studio. In today's video, we're going to talk about a tip that is specific for real estate agents, and we're going to talk about how you can get more listings as a real estate agent. I should know a thing or two about it. I've sold over 3,000 houses as a real estate agent, as a seller. 2,000 of those houses were done in a short period of time within 5 years between the REO boom of Las Vegas. Are you trying to get into the real estate profession, or are you already a current licensee? Maybe you're not having much success. If you're trying to be successful as a real estate agent, then you're gonna know that listings are the way. How many buyers can you take out? 5, 6, 7, 8? How many listings can you take on? 100, 200, 300? You can handle a lot of listings with a small team, but you can't handle a lot of buyers with a small team. It's much more manageable to have lots of listing as an agent. Super successful agents know how to get listings, know how to sell listings, and I'm gonna teach you in the video how to do both. First, you want to use your sphere of influence, your SOI, your sphere of influence. That's your friends, that's your families, that's your coworkers, that's everybody around you. That's the first source that you want to work. You want to call everybody in your phone and their mother and their brother and their sister and let them know your sphere of influence, right? The people around you. Hey, my name is Troy Kearns and blah, blah, blah. It's your sphere, okay? You get it. What you're really saying here is you're calling them up, you're saying, hey, guess what? I just got my license and I would sure love to come and give you a free market analysis so you can see how much your home would sell for in today's current market. Wouldn't you just like to know how much your house is gonna sell for? Or, hey mama, would you like to know how much your house could sell for? Sure, son, I sure would. Well, guess what? I'm the guy for you. Work your sphere of influence. And really that means everybody that you've talked to. If you haven't talked to somebody in high school and you know them and you know they got a house and you know they own it, reach out to them. Work your sphere of influence. That's what it truly is. Work your Rolodex. Go and talk to people. They call it not being a secret agent, letting people know that you are licensed and ready to sell houses, that you are offering them free market analysis so they can find out what their house is worth so that they will hire you when they're ready to sell. Another great tip is calling expired listings that have never been relisted. The expired listings that expire that same day, you're gonna be fighting over those with everybody else. But expired listings that expired like a couple years ago and never were relisted, at one point in time, they were thinking about selling their house. Somebody who considered selling their house at one point in time may consider selling their house at another point in time. So that's a great way for you to go and fish for listings, is going back for expired listings that are 6 months or older. And I would say something that is 4 years to 6 months old. Yeah, I would say go back as far as 4 years. Here's the reason. Some of these people, they decided to sell their property on the market. They didn't get the price they wanted. Guess what's happened since then? The market has skyrocketed. Now they get their phone call. They're like, I see you listed your house for $350,000 about 2 years ago. Did you know today you could sell your house for $500,000? That's a reason why you want to call old expired listings. To be successful in real estate, you need to sell lots of houses, and to sell lots of houses, you need lots of listings. And to get lots of listings, you need to have balls, okay? Just to be honest with you, you can't be a secret agent. You can't be hiding in your closet, not talking to nobody, and hoping that you're gonna sell listings. And whoa, if you didn't know we were gonna say this, shame on you, but you need to leverage your social media. There's never been a more powerful tool in the history of the United States than social media. Not only can you pinpoint people who are actually ready to sell because of what they're looking at, what their history is, what they're doing on their social media, like are they going to pages about like how to stage a house? Are they doing research for movers? Because you know what? All the social media companies, they aggregate all that data and then you can pinpoint who the sellers are. I would recommend doing like Facebook Lives on like new home tours. Think about what people like on social media. They don't care that you listed another house, but they might care that you listed a $10 million house they're gonna get a sneak peek of, right? Or they might care that you went and toured one of the new houses that they're looking to buy. When you're using social media, you want to be socially flexing, right? Socially flexing that you're out and about. That's what people in social media do.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills.
With my social media, I want to let people know, hey, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. As a realtor, if I'm telling everybody, hey, I just listed this property, hey, I just sold this property, hey, I just sold this property, guess what I'm letting them know? That I am an effective agent who sells property. So if you're gonna brag about your listings, make sure you brag about them when you just got them listed and when you just got them sold. And it better not be a long time. Another thing that you can do is you can publish helpful tips for sellers that will help them get their house sold. This will put you in their eyes as an expert, so when they go to sell their home, they'll think of you and they'll see, hey, Troy's helpful tips on how to get my home sold. Another big way to get listings, create a database. Keep all of your clients in a client relationship manager and blast them with emails. Do emails that are specific to them, but specific to everybody. Use a client relationship manager so that I'm speaking directly to you. Hey buddy, it's Troy, and I was just thinking about you, about your house on X Street, which is gonna fill it in from their contact, right? And it's gonna speak specifically to them, but one message that you send to all of your contact. Very helpful too. You absolutely need a client relationship manager if you're gonna get more listings. My personal recommendation is a cheap one that I use called All Clients. It's 24 bucks a month. You'll like it, use it. It's cheap, it's effective, it'll work just fine. Another way to get more listings is you need to find people who have repetitive listings, like REO clients, right? I told you I sold 2,000 homes in a short period of time. Most of those homes were from REO clients. Guess what REO stands for? Real estate owned, AKA a foreclosure. It means the bank foreclosed on somebody, took it to the auction, nobody bid on it, and they gotta sell it to the public. They're not in the business of selling homes, they're in the business of loaning money on homes. So they're gonna have listings that they have to get rid of, and they're gonna wanna work with preferred realtors so that they don't have to go find another realtor in that city each time they need to go sell the listing. So if you can become a preferred agent for banks and REO companies, you're gonna get massive amounts of listings. Just think about anything where people take over somebody else's home and they got to dispose of it. Find out what that is, get to that person and become their preferred agent, whether it's a bank, whether it's a bankruptcy magistrate, whether it's your state, your city, or whatever. You can also put together a newsletter. People love to read newsletters, especially if you do something that's funny, like add like a misspelling in there and say, if you find the misspelling, we're gonna give you a $100 gift certificate to Claim Jumper, if they're still in business, or to Chick-fil-A, whatever the hell it is. Whatever you can get them to read your whole newsletter is what you're gonna wanna do. My accountant does one right now where he says, hey, catch my spelling mistake and we'll give you like a $25 gift card. And he tells me he gets people every month who go through and read his entire newsletter looking for those spelling mistakes. Go to community events, host community events, and most importantly, get to know your community. That goes back to what I just said before, which is being the preferred community. You wanna be the community guy. Find out where your dollar's gonna spend best and work your CRM, get listings. Ask for the listing is the most important part. People are not gonna give you something unless you ask for it. If you don't ask for the listing, you're not gonna get it. Guess what? If you say, hey, I'm an agent, who cares? You wanna ask them a closing question. You know why most people list their house with me? Because I close them. When I close someone, I go in there with expectations that I'm the one that's gonna list their house. You have to get yourself uncomfortable, because I'll tell you what, I've put people in the hot seat before and I've been like, hey, you know what? Give me your objection. They're like, well, I want 24 hours to think about it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll write that in the contract. If tomorrow you don't like anything I had to say, you could rip up the contract. But at least I got them to sign. And guess what? Sometimes they'll call me on the way home and they'll say, hey, Troy, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's already come. We've already hired the right guy. We appreciate you closing us on the deal. They want someone that closes them. And here's the deal. If you're thinking that you're pushy, guess what? tell them this. Say, do you want someone who's gonna push to close the deal, or do you want someone who's just gonna do whatever you want? Because really, good agents close deals and bad agents take orders. Which one are you? Let's get into what makes another good agent. We talked about it a little bit previously. Good agents stand out. Good agents put their name on things. They have their name everywhere. They understand good branding, they understand good marketing, and they affiliate with people who are likely to own homes. Most people who play golf own homes because golf is a disposable income type of a sport, and generally it's for older people. Older people generally have their crap together and they generally play golf. So I align myself with golfers. I align myself with other people on Facebook who know me. Align yourself with people that you have good marketing to, that are going to be selling houses, that actually own houses, that list houses. So do your research. Find out where the best place to align yourself is, whether that's a Smith's grocery store, whether that's Chuck E. Cheese, whether that's the golf course, whether that's whatever the heck you like to do, but align yourself with good marketing, good branding, and deliver an actionable message. One thing that we've used in the past is, I will sell your home in 30 days or less, or I'll buy it from you. That's a pretty strong action word. I'll sell your house in 30 days or less, or I'll buy it from you. Well, guess what? Is there a catch? Of course there's a freaking catch. I'm not buying a house for a bunch of money that's overpriced, but I'll buy it for a discount and I'll back it up every time. But people want to know that. You're going to tell them that. You're going to say, yes, absolutely. I'll guarantee to sell your house in 30 days or less. But it has to be priced between X and Y, and if I buy it, it's going to be for Y, right? Disclosure and guarantees are fine as long as they're fully disclosed and you're not using a bait and switch. Make sure that you do not use bait and switch. Make sure that you align yourself with a good message that you're going to back up. And that goes into my next one, which is you gotta put in the effort, man. The listings are not gonna come to you. Listings are hard work. Some of them are just gonna call you up and say, hey, will you sell your house? But that's after you've been in the business so long and you have established a reputation. So by putting in the work, you are doing everything I mentioned previously better than I mentioned it, right? You're gonna do it like your life depended on it. And if you do it like that, then you're gonna become a successful real estate agent and you'll sell more houses than I ever did, and I sold 3,000. So make sure before you sell all those houses that you subscribe to our channel, that you share it with a friend, that you hit the notification button, and we hope you have a great time selling real estate because it's a great way to become familiar with buying real estate, and I've sure had a great career out of it. Deuces.